excited to share today's recipe with you, my Foodie Phonics friends. But first, let's have a look at the letter of the alphabet that we're going to learn about today. Today's letter is called letter X. Letter X makes a X sound in words. Can you hear when we say X, we end with a X sound? But first, let's practice saying letter X. Are you ready? X, 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 X. Letter X. Shall we practice the phonic sound now, that X sound that we hear at the end of X? Are you ready? X, 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 X. That's a funny sound, isn't it? I wonder if we can find any words that start with letter X today. There might be words like X-ray, when you go to the doctor if you've maybe hurt your arm or your leg and he needs to take an X-ray of your leg or your arm. Or you might watch X-Men. I don't watch X-Men, but both of those words start with the letter X. So let's have a look what I have on my table today that might start with the letter X. My book over here shows us a few words that end with the letter X. We'll start at the top with this number. Can you see it's number 6? Did you hear the X sound at the end of 6? There it is, teeny tiny letter X at the end. This little picture is a picture of a fox. Can you hear the X sound at the end of fox? And what about this picture? It's a picture of a box. Also ends with a X sound from letter X. I'm going to show you how to write letter X on my whiteboard. Over here on our alphabet, you can see big letter X and small letter X. On the other side, on my whiteboard, I have a dotted line for us to practice on. So with the letter X, we have to draw diagonal lines crossing over each other. So I'll start over here towards the top and I'll go down diagonally. And then I'll start over here towards the top again and go across that line diagonally again. Letter X. Shall I show you a second time? Right, starting near the top, we go down diagonally and we go over to the other side near the top and we go across diagonally. Letter X. There's a game you can play called tic-tac-toe, and in that game you have to use the letter X and the 0. Noughts and crosses it's called. Shall we have a game? I'll just clean my board in 1 seckie and then we'll be ready to play tic-tac-toe or noughts and crosses, because the letter X looks a bit like a cross, doesn't it? Also looks like kisses, doesn't it? Where I am, living in Sydney, Australia, it's going to be Mother's Day on Sunday, just a few sleeps time. Maybe you can write a card for Mommy and draw 2 kisses for her. She'd love that, wouldn't she? Okie dokie, let's clean the whiteboard, ready for our noughts and crosses game. Okay. I hope it's not too wet. So, can you see on my shirt today there are stripes going down and across? Well, that's how you draw a board to play noughts and crosses. You draw 2 lines down and you draw 2 lines across. Now, I'm supposed to play with a friend, but I'll just pretend I have a friend next to me over here. I'm going to start with a nought. The idea is to get 3 noughts in a row or 3 X's in a row. They can be across or down or sideways. All right, my friend is going to draw her letter X over there. I'm going to draw my 0 up here. My friend is going to draw her letter X down there. And I'm going to draw my 0 up here. Woohoo! I'm the first one to get 3 zeros in a row. I win! Then you put a line through your zeros. That's how you play noughts and crosses. Right, I'm sure you're ready for today's recipe. Let's have a look. Now, I couldn't find any words to bake, any foods to bake that start with the letter X, so I made my own. need to wash my hands again. I have blue ink on them. We don't want to get blue ink on our biscuits because then we can't eat them. So today I made letter X cookies, and I've called them X-jammies because we're going to decorate them with jam. To make the dough, you have to mix some flour and some milk and some margarine and a few other things. I'll be sure to post the recipe for you down the bottom of the comments. You get your ball of dough, you're going to break it in half. Remember how we said half is 2 equal pieces of a whole ball? And then you just roll a little sausage like that. Can you see it? Put it on my plate over here, and then you roll another sausage like that. Whoa, that sausage nearly rolled off my hand. And then I'll bring the plate a little closer. There I have my 2 straight lines, but they don't look like letter X, do they? I have to use my baby finger to make a dent in the middle and then put the other straight line across it. And there I have X-jammies, letter X cookies. Then you have to pop the cookies into the oven, or Mummy and Daddy have to pop the cookies into the oven to bake for just 10 minutes. So quick. Perhaps you can play a few games of noughts and crosses for those 10 minutes while your cookies are baking. When they come out the oven, they will look just like this one. Nice and golden and crispy and crunchy. And then we're going to decorate them with some jam. Okay, get my blunt knife. This is the part that you can do if you use a blunt knife. You're going to spread your jam on your X-jammie, just like that. And then you're going to sprinkle the jam with some hundreds and thousands. Or actually, I think these are called sprinkles, aren't they? Right, so I'll get my plate back over here. There it is. My X-jammie with the jam on top. Now I'm going to sprinkle the sprinkles on top. Are you ready? Let's have a look. I'll bring it closer so you can see, but I don't want my sprinkles to all fall on the floor. And there you have a delicious X-jammie. Doesn't that look tasty? I can't wait to go and have my morning tea, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow for more Foodie Phonics. Thanks for joining me today, boys and girls. Bye for now.